有请某眼首席创意官 Jens Bergensten。Let's welcome 某眼 Chief Creative Officer Jens Bergensten。
大家好，我很高兴来到这里。在去年的分会上，我听不懂中文，我现在已经学了一点中文，我将继续学习中文，但是我将用英语进行演示，谢谢。Yes, I am here to tell you a little about the updates that we are working on, and the team you see behind me is the team in Stockholm that is currently working on gameplay features. And of course, the whole team working on Minecraft is huge, and Netease has a great team here in China working to bring you the update as well. So, but still, when I started working on Minecraft almost 10 years ago, we were only 2 developers. So you can see that we have increased the team to make sure that we bring you the best possible updates. The first thing we're working on now is the Buzzy Bees. And with this update, we want to bring bees to Minecraft and make sure that they have their own purpose in the game. And the Buzzy Bees will come to China next year. The bees are very useful because they will help your crops grow, and when they pollinate flowers, you will be able to gather honey from them. And the bees, you find them in bee nests out in the wild, and you can bring them back to your base and put them in beehives for your own purposes. With the with the honey, you can get a honeycomb, which is the great block, but most of all, you can get a honey block that works very similar to the slime block, which means that when it's pushed by a piston, it will move surrounding blocks. But based on community feedback, we also made sure that the honey block does not stick to the slime, even though it may not make perfect sense. This allows for some really interesting contraptions. And we are very excited to see what the community will create with it. Additionally, the honey block is sticky, which prevents you from jumping when you're standing on it. And I think that you will be able to create some interesting puzzles and adventures using this mechanic. Next up, is the Nether update. And the Nether update will also come to China next year. With the Nether update, we wanted to make sure that the Nether dimension got some new interesting features, and we want to give players both a purpose and a way to spend more time playing in the Nether. And of course, we're also adding a lot of things to explore in the Nether. And in particular, we're adding new biomes. One of these biomes is the Soul Sand Valley. So this is a spooky place filled with soul sand, which is of course very hard to move through, and wither skeletons, and also a new block called basalt. We hope that this will give a new way of playing in the Nether, and it gives a bit different experience than the normal Nether areas. Another biome is the Netherwort Forest, and the Netherwort Forest comes in 2 variants, one red one and one blue one. And in the Netherwort Forest, we haven't really decided exactly all the features that they will contain, but they will have these tree-like structures that are actually large mushrooms, new kinds of vegetation in forms of vines and, well, again, nether grass and mushrooms. And we also added the blue variant. And one of the reasons for this is that we wanted to think a little bit about the color scheme of the Nether to give it some more variation and make it more interesting to explore, and give some contrast to all the black and red and yellow you find in the Nether. In the Netherwort forests, you will encounter the Hoglin. And this is a new beast. It's actually aggressive and will attack players, but you can breed it in order to get baby Hoglins, and it's also, it will be a source of food in the Nether. And the Hoglins, they are related to another feature, and that is the piglins. The piglins are the non-zombie version of the zombie pigmen that exist in the game today. And they will have their own behaviors and live in their piglin bastions. They are also hostile. They don't like players, and they don't like wither skeletons either. They will fight them. And you can choose to, of course, challenge these bastions for an adventure. However, you can also engage with them. If you wear gold armor, they will actually kind of ignore you, and this allows you to explore the bastions in a more peaceful way. They will also barter with you, which is a new way of trading. So if you offer them gold, they will give you new items back. However, they don't like if you poke around in their stuff. So if you open chests, and of course if you attack them, they will attack you back. So this was a really brief overview of the 2 upcoming updates that you will get to play with next year. And thank you for listening.